Next up, Patrick from Lighthouse. Next up, Patrick from Lighthouse.
So I'm going to do a demo, but before I start, I have a couple of questions for you guys. Well, one question. When I say reputation in Web3, what does that mean to you? Like if you had to decide what reputation was in your DAO, how would you think about it? On-chain actions that show you've contributed. Okay. Identity? Okay. Anyone else? So you're not a dick in the chats. Okay, cool. What's interesting about reputation is that it has so many different flavors. It really depends on what DAO you're in and how a DAO wants to value contributions. So what we've done is we've built a protocol that lets any DAO interpret reputation however it wants to. So I'll show you what we've been working on. It's a bit wonky still, so bear with me. So with Lighthouse, what we let you do is issue what we call non-transferable tokens. This is very different than the tokens that we've been playing with up until now. It's a new concept, and we're kind of very excited to bring it here. Let me just turn off this thing real quick. Okay. So when you want to create your reputation system on Lighthouse, you come to this page, app.lighthouse.xyz. You can enter a name, so I'll write Banana DAO. It creates a domain for me, so bananadao.lighthouse.xyz, and I can customize this too. I can change it, banana, whatever. We originally built this on Gnosis Chain, so what we've been doing during the hackathon, the Hacker House, is porting it from Gnosis Chain to Solana, and this has, it's quite difficult, but we've managed to do most of it. We can also add a ticker for the token that we're going to issue. So here it's NT Banana DAO. That just means non-transferable banana. Click next. My wallet's already connected, but just go like change it if it works. Okay, well. Okay, and then the first thing I get to do is I get to test the system. So I'm going to send tokens to myself. I'm going to send 100 tokens. Put like attended AthensDAO. And then I can also, so the reason is basically why I'm getting these tokens. So this is totally subjective. Anyone can, in the system, submit a claim or get issued new tokens for whatever reason. And then we can tag the transaction so that later, if we want to query the source of reputation, we're able to basically segment reputation by source. So I'll put like, I don't know, community, and then finish. So the contracts are working right now, and they're going to issue me some tokens. So I got the tokens. Normally I should see them in my wallet. Okay, I don't know. There should be new tokens coming. There we go. Well, these are old tokens I sent to myself. We're having a little bit of trouble integrating the token send into the app. But to give you an idea, this is something we did earlier. So this is a transaction from SolScan that shows that I received 100 tokens in my wallet. So it goes a little bit further than that. I can connect my wallet to an admin panel. So I'm going to go to this one. And I come here and I get to the dashboard. So the dashboard kind of looks like a CRM. Basically, all of the wallet addresses to which I've sent tokens will appear here. And I can see the score. So the score is the number of points that this person has gotten. The rank, which is amongst all people, how does this person rank? And also a percentile, because if we're just looking at raw like points, it doesn't really mean anything. So we need to give it some sort of a relative nature. And then we have tags, so I can filter and drill down by tags. And as each wallet accumulates more reputation, for different tags, we'll see like 2 community or 3 marketing, something like that. So we can drill down and see where the source of reputation is. People can also submit claims for reputation here. So this won't work, but I can add my wallet and say, I just did something cool. I want 150 tokens for this. I can see, it doesn't work either, but I can see the impact of receiving this number of tokens on my score and on my rank, so that as someone who's trying to claim tokens, I get an idea of how much this is going to influence my reputation in the DAO. Click next, and then I have the ability to also add more tags and a reason. This is what we call an attestation. So the attestation is basically the core of reputation. The tokens actually don't really matter. In fact, we're going to build it so that you don't even need to issue tokens, because some people don't want to hold reputation tokens in their wallet. It signals more widely what your relationship is to a community, and that's not necessarily what all DAOs want. So you'll have the option of issuing a token. And you can just like log attestations and drill down into that later if you want to. So when I go into my admin panel, I have this tab called Approvals, and I can see claims for reputation that have already been made. And when I click on one, I can see the one I just submitted. So anyone who's what we call a steward of the DAO, or someone who's basically whitelisted to manage reputation, will be able to approve these claims. And we're speaking with Stepan from Squads about integrating a multi-sig to manage reputation in a more decentralized way, so that maybe you want one or two people to approve a claim rather than have it be fully centralized. So I'm going to approve the claim and refresh. You can see that it left the approvals. And if I go to the dashboard, there's one more line. So like you can see, the UI uses the same wallet address for all the claims that I've done or that have been done in this DAO. But you know, once the UI is a little bit more polished, it'll represent the unique wallets and their total scores. Stewards is what I just mentioned. So we can add different wallets here that can manage the reputation system. And then in settings, if you want on this claims page, where is it? Here, you can customize it to make it, you know, look like it's your DAO's page. So we're trying to kind of be more of like a white label product that people can just deploy as their own product. And then the last thing, which is in my opinion the coolest, is we have an API, so you can issue what we call objective reputation. So if someone's like interacting with a smart contract or a dApp or something like that, you can trigger reputation issuance just by these actions that are happening either on-chain or off-chain. And then you can create the logic to calculate the number of tokens that should be issued based on any given action. And then we're also going to work with some integration. So we're building on Ethereum, like EVM compatible chains like Gnosis, but also Solana. So if you want to couple this with some sort of identity verification, you can do it, for example, with Civic, or you can do it with Grape, or whatever identity verification system you want. And then the other cool thing is that reputation systems already exist, largely in Ethereum, but on Solana, we're starting to see a few just kind of begin to pop up. So Lighthouse will hopefully be the way that we aggregate reputation from multiple sources, whether we're generating reputation from our DAO or our dApp, or we're using a third party for siloed reputation. So on Ethereum, it would be like Coordinate and SourceCred and that kind of stuff. And then you can build applications on top of Lighthouse. So if you want a leaderboard, or you want to have NFTs that represent levels based on scores, or even an NFT that evolves every time you get new reputation, you can do all of that based on the point system that we're building. So that's Lighthouse in a nutshell. Questions?
Hi, man. I love it. It's the future. It's really cool. I have two short questions that might have long answers. The first one is, have you been following, do you have opinions on the soulbound token plans on Ethereum? And the second is, I wondered if you could go in more detail into what you were talking about reputation without issuing a token. How is it still discoverable on chain in that case, and how you plan to do that? Thanks.
Sure. So I'll take the first question around soulbound tokens. So that paper is really interesting. I was not expecting that it came out around the same time that we were building this. The way that Vitalik and his peers that wrote that paper refer to soulbound tokens is as NFTs that live permanently on a soul. So we kind of interpreted that differently. It's not, we don't see soulbound tokens as purely NFTs. They're just non-transferable tokens, and NFTs can be one variant of soulbound tokens. The other thing is that it's kind of restrictive, the definition that he applies to soulbound tokens, in the sense that you can't move them from one wallet to another. we don't necessarily share that opinion. So, for example, if you lose your wallet or you get rugged or hacked or whatever, in our opinion, you should be able to move your tokens to a new wallet so that you maintain your reputation within the system. The way that we're going to do that is that you'll be able to approach the DAO that issued you the tokens, lobby them to burn the tokens on your wallet and reissue them on a new wallet. And then for the second question, which was, yeah. Okay, so anytime that reputation is issued, it's stored on, right now it's stored in a central database. We're gonna move it onto hopefully Shadow for Solana. So you'll be able to query reputation regardless of whether or not the token exists. And you'll be able to segment it however you want. And the hash of the record that's stored in the database will live on chain. Any other questions? Okay, I want to shout out to my team who's not here. They've been working like super hard the past week, so they're watching. So thank you.
Thank you very much.